Today we got up at 6 to go weed the garden, and then we had a very busy string bean day. After that we then went back to the garden to finish weeding, and we thought that, oh nice, tomorrow we're gonna get a free day and we're getting up at 6. A very chill, mellow day, because the last couple days for us have been hectic. But no, no way. Tomorrow morning at 6 we have to be in the garden again. We had such a very busy day today. Because I'm so tired, it's tough for me in my mind to mentally comprehend it. And I will say, oftentimes thinking about it is a lot worse than actually doing it. And I don't want to come across as complaining. I know there are so many people that get up a lot earlier than I do to do their daily work. This is just me being real with you about my feelings toward weeding at 6 o'clock in the morning. It is 9:02 and I'm going to go for a shower because I want to be in my bed in under 20 minutes. If I don't get enough sleep, I don't function the next day. I just don't function. Strawberries. Shucks. So, it is actually also my dishwashing week this week. As you might have been able to see, I was busy washing tables. We are picking cucumbers today, but we are actually done with all our cucumber pickling work. I didn't record anything because I included it in a vlog last year, and I can include it here on the screen if you want to go check it out. It's much of the same. I do want to make a video dedicated to canning because I know there are people that want it, but I want the canning videos to be about produce that I didn't take any footage of last year, and I did take dill pickle making footage last year, so that's why I skipped it for this year. And I'll try my best to record it, but it's difficult because most of the people are okay if you pull out your phone, snap a couple of pics and put it back in your pocket. But if I have to pull out my phone, play around for a minute, putting on the camera and then recording, and then me not doing my work, especially when there are older ladies that are still there and they are working, I'm one of the younger ones and I'm fiddling around with my phone, I can understand why it's uncomfortable. So yes, this is my 3rd year doing YouTube, and still I gotta be careful how I do it, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that I can even show you things like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go finish my cup of coffee now. I just wanted to update you out here because it's actually nice and chilly. Like even late July, the evenings started getting chilly, the mornings are chilly. I'm all for it. Not gonna lie, I'm all for it. Trycker du an? Today we also made a vegetable soup, which is basically tomato juice from the previous year that we put in the freezer, get it to a boil, add your vegetables, and then there's also a butter and flour mixture that you add. Allow all the ingredients to simmer for 10 minutes, put it into jars, and then we put it back into the canning tank so that the jars seal properly. And as you can tell, we had to put it into 2 separate kettles because we had too much, way too much for one. I just walked into the house and it is now 10 after 1. Yes, we do a lot of garden work, but our work never takes us longer than 1:30. Unless it's the tomato season. The tomato season, we sometimes have days that go until 4 or 5 o'clock-ish. Talking about how long our work is, I can only talk about the colony I come from. I don't know how long other Hutterites' work days are, garden work days are, that I don't know. I'm sorry, I can only speak for us. I'm feeling like coffee. Is there any left? Shucks. I'll make myself some. Maybe I should drink orange juice because I still haven't taken my vitamin C. I do take a powdered vitamin C, so into juice it goes. It's a lot less bitter if I put it into juice. Cheers. Not bad. Just sour. It is now 2:45, and let me just say, I just had a good nap, and that was much needed. We are back into the season of tomato sandwiches, and that is one thing that we around here love. We love our tomato sandwiches. Most people also add cheese or pepper. Some want it, some don't, so I'm gonna leave them like this. And this is also a sandwich that is very good toasted. It is now about 4:30, or even actually a little bit later. And the mosquitoes are a bunch of nuts. I mean, it's warm out here. I want to say it's around 25 degrees Celsius, but in the shade, the mosquitoes are nuts. They're crazy. Okay. So, where do I even start? I want to share these things with you because I want to be as realistic and honest as possible. I mean, ain't nobody's life perfect. No matter what culture we're a part of, there's no life that is perfect. We all have struggles. And I have always used YouTube as kind of my safe space. A safe community that I can escape to on my bad days, and where I can flip out my camera and it feels like everything is going to be okay. But I've been doing YouTube for 3 years now, and honestly, sometimes I feel like it's not getting easier, it's only getting harder, because I know there are still people that don't like it, don't understand it, and are a little bit afraid, because YouTube is still very, very new, and they know that everybody can now see our lives all over the world. I get why they're uncomfortable. In the garden, I feel like it should be okay by now for me to whip out my phone and take a 10-second clip, but I still have to be so discreet and so careful, and I have to make sure that when picking cucumbers today, I was lucky that I was there on time and was picking with somebody that is okay when I whip out my camera. And then there's also the thing that there were people that were okay with being on YouTube for the past 2 years, and then all of a sudden they're not comfortable anymore and they don't tell me. And then that is also something that adds extra pressure. There are days when things are mentally challenging. I've always been somebody that likes to be on my own. I like to do my own thing, but I am at the point where it's probably not healthy anymore. And this is the reason that I uploaded this vlog this week and not the blueberry video, is because I want you to know how things have really been going and how I've really been feeling, and that things have actually been a challenge. So even though we had the blueberry trip and it was actually a mental break for me, it's still, there's so much prior to the blueberry trip and after where it's been tough for me. I'm still not done with the blueberry video. It's been a busy week, so the blueberry trip will be waiting until next week. Thank you for being here, for supporting me, for encouraging me. Thank you for making YouTube such a safe community that I can escape to. That's all I have to say for now, but I really needed to get this out. We're gonna continue on with this walk. Thank you for listening. Let's go home. Stuck to the chair. Hold on, I'm stuck to the chair. Just to be clear, when I started YouTube, I knew that it wasn't going to be easy. There are so many times when people start something new, and quite often things happen that we never expected to happen. Or things didn't go according to plan. We just always have to remember that there is a higher power in control, and it's all going to be okay. That was actually nice. That was much needed, I think, for every one of us. I'm gonna be reading while there's still a little bit of light out. This is actually the last one I've read, Let Them Eat Cake. It has to do with a young person trying to find her identity and learning to let go and let God. That's a very good book. Actually, she sometimes talked about verses that she read in the Bible, and I bookmarked one here because I know the parable, I've read it before, but it made me think again, but it made me think about it in a different way. So yeah, that's why I have it bookmarked. And then I'm also currently reading this, Remember Me, not that far though, I just started yesterday.